Chairman, the Secretary to the conference, distinguished delegates, I will be very brief, there will be no padding. I wish to thank the President for this opportunity for re-engineering the country. I wish to go straight to say that the problem we have in this country is because we have suffering from mental slavery. Over 300 years ago, our parents sold our brothers and sisters into slavery. 300 years later, we are not different. We are still selling ourselves into slavery. There is no originality in this country. This is the root of the problem we have. Those days, the price for the slaves were trinkets, beads, gunpowder, gin, thank you very much, and so on. The price today is foreign aids. The price today is political influence. The problem we have is not of our own making. And unless we address those issues, our collusion with the colonial masters is going to cause us more problems. If we look all around, look at the ceiling, there is nothing that is new, nothing indigenous in this hall. The country itself is not indigenous. Even the coup, we are blaming the military. Even the coups that we have is not of our own making. I believe there is the author of one of the books I have read in this conference who stated that the idea of a coup was first suggested in one of the military conferences they attended in America. I will go straight to read, with your permission, Mr. Chairman, what the respected Alhaji Shehu Shagari has put in his book. And I ask every member here to get that book, because I know most members here have the book written by Clinton, but they have not put the book, they have not bought the book written by Haji Shehu Shagari. And I'm going to quote what he has written. Quote, I was particularly struck by a conversation I had with a Greek professor attached to an international agency in Geneva. He told me his opinion of why West Europeans were supporting the rebellion against Nigeria. It was, he said, common among Westerners to sympathize with the underdog in any dispute, which in this case happens to be the Eastern Igbo. But what was even more important to the West was that Nigeria was a potential rival power in Africa, a force which had to be checked before it becomes a threat to Western European interests on the continent. The Biafran challenge, accordingly, provided a suitable opportunity to trim Nigeria's growing wings. He said that according to certain estimates, Nigeria was sitting on a keg of oil, which, given a suitable condition, would make it so rich in just 10 years, that is by 1978, that Nigeria would not require any aid from Europe. Indeed, Nigeria would be in a position to assist other African countries, especially the poorer ones, and thus undermine an important basis on which European influence was exercised over them. I underline that. He did not therefore think that Europe would stand idly by and watch Nigeria become to Africa what the United Nations had become to Western Europe. The rebel enclave, on the other hand, could be encouraged to become a rich but small and manageable African country which will still be dependent on the West, just as some small oil-rich Arab countries have been. Finally, he assured me that whatever happened in the future, the West would never allow Nigeria to develop to a position where its wealth and power would threaten West European interests in Africa. Mr. Chairman, I don't need any comment. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
If you think or believe that a particular religion, Christians or Muslims, a particular region, north, south, east or west, or any of the 371 tribes is the problem of Nigeria, I'm here today to let you know that you are living in an illusion that has been created to divide and rule Nigerians. And the more we, the people, are divided, the more those responsible for destroying the progress of Nigeria and Nigerians keep looting and stealing our resources. One of the greatest crimes done against Nigeria and its people was killing our founding fathers. They were killed because they had the interests of Nigerians at heart and will not compromise. And instead of holding those who carried out the coup accountable, they sowed a seed of division and hatred by labeling it an Igbo coup. And I have been asking for decades now, when, where and how did the Igbos of Nigeria come together to agree to kill our founding fathers and those who died during the coup? Till date, no one can answer. But one thing is very clear. They have been using people that are greedy, selfish, and wicked individuals to not only destabilize Nigeria, but also destroy the progress we had made and were making. Starting with education. Most of our rulers today were beneficiaries of free qualitative education, because our founding fathers knew the importance of educating its citizens to be the workforce of a developing Nigeria. But here we are today. These same people have refused to educate poor Nigerians that are in a similar situation as they were back in the days. They went on to destroy our rail networks that would have linked the 36 states and the FCT if they had kept building and expanding their networks. And today, we find ourselves in a situation which that action that would have made it easy for Nigerians to move themselves, goods and services with ease, get to know their country firsthand by experience with dealing with their brothers and sisters across regions. And also foster tourism. They also went on to destroy our agricultural gains, our groundnut pyramids, our cocoa production, cotton, palm oil, and the others. To think of it that once upon a time, Malaysia came to Nigeria and got seedlings of palm oil, palm kernel, to go and develop their economy and put them on the world map is a story for another day. He also further went on to destroy our industries, the textile, the weaving, the leather, bronze casting, pottery, and others. Even went as far as making sure that Ajaokuta steel industry does not work to benefit Nigeria. Even the current insecurity we are facing is not by coincidence. It is engineered by design to enable them keep looting, stealing the resources, the natural resources of Nigeria. The Nigerian military used to be one of the most feared in the world and the most powerful and the strongest in Africa. Very, very, very battle ready, combat spirited, devastatingly effective and efficient. Anywhere there was war or unease across Africa, is it Sierra Leone, Liberia, and the others? When the Nigerian military gets there, sanity and peace are restored. But they want you to believe that our military cannot deal with these pampered terrorists and criminal elements. They further went on to link an innocent tribe, the Fulanis, to terrorism, as they did with the Igbos in 1966. Nigerians are not only suffering from mental slavery, but economic and physical slavery. The freedom of Nigerians is an illusion tied and covered in the pretense of democracy. That is why those who can see through it and demand for better governance are being arrested and killed by their own government. Nigerians, wake up and understand your reality. Our current situation only benefits the political class and the elites. They are united in sharing the resources of Nigeria and enriching themselves. That is why they will not lift a finger to change your situation, even though majority of its people and its citizens, by my calculation, about 200 million Nigerians are living in poverty. My fellow Nigerians, we cannot change our past, but the power to change the future and our narrative and decide the trajectory and direction we want to head to as a country is firmly in our hands. Stand up, start acting, play your role in changing the narrative of Nigerians for the better before it is too late. Long live the Federal Republic of Nigeria.